Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. And we are back here with my 2024 Honda Civic Sport Touring. It's been a while since this car has been on the channel. I've actually almost had it 2 years now, which is crazy to think. But I figured since I forgot to make a 1-year review video, I'd make a 2-year review video. So we're just going to go over the brief overview, some pros and cons, and then we'll get some driving content for you guys. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So as I mentioned before, this is my 2024 Honda Civic Sport Touring with the 1.5 turbo motor that you would find similar in the Civic Si, as this is a 24 before they went to the hybrid 2 liters, which means that this car is also paired with a 6-speed manual transmission, which is super rare from all of my insights at Honda, like that work with them at dealerships and whatnot. So that makes this car very special, and we have it finished here in Boost Blue Pearl, which I think is a really nice color. I mean, obviously it's sunny now, so it looks super bright. However, this color can darken very quickly, and it just looks like a whole nother shade of blue, which I personally like a lot. But just a quick overview, nothing really done to the outside of this car mod-wise except for the wheel spacers. So you'll see, especially back here on the rear wheel gap, we're flush. Also, I'm never lowering this car because the ride is just too good. But anyways, like I mentioned, Boost Blue Pearl, all hatches 22 to 24, got this nice grill, like hexagon honeycomb grill, which you will also find on a Civic Si, but any hatches, no matter the trim, will have it. And then also with the Sport Touring, car's very dirty because pollen, North Carolina, thank you. But you get these wheels similar to what you'd find on the Sport, how they're gloss black, except that you have this almost polished look, like diamond cut look to them. So I really like that, and it definitely pops, especially in the shade. And moving around the back here, got the HPD spoiler on here, which I honestly think it just looks naked in the back without it. And Sport Touring is also the only trim where you get these exhaust tips or like exhaust surrounds, and the exhaust does come out of them, but I mean, it's a pain in the butt to do. So I do have a Borla exhaust on this, but it's a pain in the butt to take those out, and the Borla exhaust didn't come with any tips, so I figured just leave them, be like a OEM plus look. But overall, absolutely love the looks. Moving along to the interior here, we got some nice leather trim seats, beautiful dash, just nice and simple. You got buttons for everything that you need, climate controls, volume knob, and then there's a physical home button and a back button. All you really need. Of course, the reason why I love this car so much is the manual. Now, unlike the Si, you don't really get any drive modes besides Econ, which just like reduces pedal input. So I never even use it. Brake hold is a very nice point though, especially if you're on a steep hill. But overall, just your basic Civic interior. No real complaints here. And one little side note, if you guys do want to see my full review on this car from when I only had about 1,000 miles on it, I'll leave a link to it in the description, and there will be a little pop-up on the top right of your screen. So feel free to watch that if you're curious about the whole walkthrough. Now we're moving on to the pros of this car. After living with it for 2 years, I mean, it's been a phenomenal car. The motor's good. It's got a good bit of turbo lag, but once you get on it, it's peppy enough just to go around anywhere. Like first gear is 30 miles an hour, second gear 54, so you can rip the gears without breaking too many traffic laws, which I do like. And plus, this car looks just great in the Boost Blue. A lot of people don't like the hatches, but I personally like it for the usability and livability as well, which is going to my next point. The suspension on this car is absolutely perfect. The dampening and everything, it's not a harsh ride at all. And I've driven some SIs as well, and it is definitely a softer ride than those, but even those aren't too harsh of a ride. But the chassis is still stiff, so you still get you still feel like you're in control of the car, even with it being softer, and you can't really feel bumps all that much. And especially for the price point of this car, which this car new was around $33,000, it's honestly unbeatable in my opinion. And another pro, as I mentioned before, is the manual transmission. The shifter is absolutely perfect. It's nice and notchy. You get clicks every time you go into a gear. Now the clutch, it's I'm coming from a 06 Ion TC as my first car, so I'm used to actually feeling the clutch. On this, if you get out of something like that and into this, it almost feels like there's no feel at all. But as you wear the clutch in, you start to get a little bit of feel, but it's easy to get used to. White point's all the way at the top, so I mean, it's just really, really easy to live with. And the light clutch is especially helpful in traffic. Now moving on to the cons. As much as I love this car, there have been some speed bumps along the way, and I figure I'd let you guys know in this, because this, even though I've had this for 2 years, it only has just over 17,000 miles on it, and most of that is just city driving. But there have been some there's been some major issues, and then there's just some minor things. So we'll start off with the minor things. So for example, don't mind the dirty car, but the panel gaps on the trunk, like this side, I can fit my whole finger in that panel gap, while this, not at all. So Honda panel fitment is not good, but then again, it is still an economy car. But the fitment issues don't stop there, because this interior rattles a lot. Especially, like, I have some bumpy roads on my way home, and like around here, I don't know where it is, but there's some sort of rattle that comes from out here, around here. No idea what it is, but it's just super, super annoying. And little side note, why are there blank buttons? This is top trim of the Civic. The only thing we can't get that they get in Canada is heated rear seats and a heated steering wheel, but these are still heated seats. Why, Honda? Moving along, we'll get to this door in a second, because there's a big thing with this door. But little side note, whenever it rains, water loves to puddle up right here. You can see all of the grime and stuff from the water just piling up there. So just be careful whenever it rains. Make sure you wipe that down, because it is super annoying. But the biggest issue, you guys, I'll put a picture on the screen now. That happened not even 6,000 miles on the car. So there's 2 bolts right here. However, this bolt was missing, which caused this bolt to have a lot of strain on it and basically just break into the door, break out a chunk of metal, which then obstructed the checker. And I was actually about to leave work trying to shut this door, and it wouldn't shut. So I couldn't use this door at all. And then they wanted to replace the whole door, but eventually we convinced them to weld right below that bolt, and then we got a new bolt down there, all done by Honda or whatever body shop that they used. So it's fixed now, no issues since, but that was a really, really big issue. This car was down for 3+ weeks. So, I mean, I don't know if anything else is going to happen, because I haven't had any other part issues like that. I know that these motors are kind of infamous for head gasket issues, overheating, and rods. But the big thing about these is head gaskets. Like, I know 3 owners of a SI, or 3 SI owners that have had to replace their head gaskets in the past like month and a half. So anyways, without further ado, let's go for a little drive. Alright, just going for a little drive here, and the car, I mean, just for regular driving, it's awesome. Right now I'm in 5th. You can be in 5th. I like to cruise in 4th around 45 miles an hour, just because, especially since we're coming up to a little bit of traffic. But it's plenty drivable. Suspension is super smooth, takes up the bumps pretty well, and yet the car's still pretty tight when you need it to be. Like, there's a few roads on my way to work that, you know, it just handles really well without even having a sway bar or a strut bar or whatever, and stock suspension. But it can be fun when you want to get on it as well. And one example of that would be the modifications that I've done to this. So during this, you might hear a little whoosh sound like this. And that is a result of the PRL high volume intake and titanium inlet pipe. As well, we get a couple little burbles from the Borla exhaust behind me. And that is completely factory. Like, just put the exhaust on and burbles, but it's not obnoxious to where, you know, it will annoy you like a G35 or BMW with a tune. This car, I mean, no really complaints on the driving part. Can it be faster? Yes. Do you need the power, especially if you're just doing regular driving? Absolutely not. This car still is plenty fast, gets up to speed really quick, and yeah, nothing much else to say there. And let's show that right now. Alright everyone, well that's gonna be about it for this video. I hope this helped you guys, you know, see if you're thinking about this car for maybe like buying it on secondhand market, just how reliable it is, how, you know, what to expect really. I mean, it's been a solid car. It's been a fun car for the 2 years that I've had it. Even with having my 06 Scion TC at the same time as this before it was sold earlier this year, this car was still just a nice refresher to get in, just a nice little, you get all the modern amenities without really having to sacrifice like the manual transmission or the drivability and all of that. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, what I could have improved. Let me know that down in the comments below. And also let me know if you'd like to see more with this car. I mean, there's not gonna be any other mods besides maybe wheels once we need new tires, but these Continentals still got some life on them, and I do like the factory wheel styling of this car. But anyways, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Ciao.